It's another day that we're continuing to do a revision of the business data analysis that was done on August 2023, just the concluded sitting. And we're looking at how the students are supposed to tackle these questions. And I welcome you all to follow this channel and to subscribe to this channel for more content and for more revision and for more calculation on business data analysis. And today specifically we're going to tackle a question that was question number 21. It was one of the compulsory according to this sitting. It had three sections. Section 1 was theoretical, whereby you're supposed to answer 20 questions, each one carrying 1 mark. Section 2 had 60 marks, where it was a compulsory 2 questions. These are the questions that were testing on the core area, one on financial reporting and forecasting, and the other one on financial management. And section 3 had 3 questions, where you had only to answer 1 question. So this was question 21, which was testing on the core, and it was a compulsory question. It was a question that each and every student had to attempt. It was not an optional question, and we are going to deal with this question and tackle it today. So the question reads, Z Limited has just completed its strategic plan for the next 5 years, commencing January 2023. The company is optimistic about future performance and will like to prepare financial statement for the year 2023 to 2027. The actual financial statement for the year ended at 1st December 2022, with the projected growth rates are provided as follows. So statement of profit or loss, we've been given this, and we've been given the annual growth rates, what they are projecting each and every year. And we have statement of financial position. These are actual that we are using to forecast for 2022. And we are told additional, the finance cost is 5% of the previous period of bank loans. Tax will be on average 25% of the profit before tax. The company will maintain the same dividend payout. And apart from the beginning of the year 2025, when the company will raise more equity comprising share capital 500,000 and 100,000 share premium, the balancing figure in the financial statement is the bank loan. So you are required, in the required part, number A, forecasted financial statement for the year 2023 to 2027, and construct appropriate graphs or charts that will appear in the company dashboard summarizing the following: revenue, profit after tax, total assets and total equity, and net profit margin, and also the debt ratio. So it was a question carrying 30 marks. So you need to start with the first one. I will just copy the heading, the forecasted financial statement, forecasted financial statements, and I'll just prepare them here. These are forecasted financial statements. I will I'll paste that there, the forecasted financial statement. Just a little bit. I copy that and I paste it here. Okay, that way. And I'll bold that. So remember, what we are forecasting is this. We are forecasting for how many years? For 5 years. 23 up to 27. 23 up to 27. Okay, I'll first copy this again and I'll paste it here. Let me paste it there so that, and I'll copy this and I will paste it just a little bit. So I'll paste it here. Paste it there, paste it here. So this will be 2023, 2024 and 25, 26 and 27. insert, paste, yeah, that way. This one I just it to be number with 0 decimal, and I bold that, and I'll underline, put bottom border. Even this one I can bold, shillings in thousand. Yeah, so those are for 5 years, 1 2 3 4 5 for 2023 to 2027 for the next 5 years, as our forecast that we need to prepare. And even this one, let me just prepare them together. Yeah, I will pick this, copy that, and I will paste it here. That way, and I'll copy this because the shillings in thousand, so paste it here, there, 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 and that's all. So again 2023, so you can just copy this, it will be okay. I copy and I paste it here, yeah, that way, and I just need this to be number with the 0 decimal, bold that, and put bottom border. Even this one I will bold. Yeah, so these are our assets that we shall be projecting to get our total assets here. Current assets, equity. Yeah, we start now doing my projection. And revenue, we know revenue is growing by 3,000. So for the first year, I will take 3,000 and I multiply by 10%. Yeah, multiply by 10%. Yeah, 10% I would fully lock it using F4 because that one is not changing. It's not changing, and it should be by 110. Just a minute. I'll multiply by, open the bracket, 1 plus 10%, fully lock that and close the bracket. So I shall have 33 for the first year, 33, and for the second year, it is growing by what? Still by 10%. So 10% of the first year, so it will be this one. You multiply by 1 plus, and the 10%, fully lock it, that way, 3630, and that way now you can drag that. By now it will pick that particular order. You can find that when you click this, it has taken N13, and then N13 is this. When you click this, it has taken Q13, yeah, or 13 in that particular order. So that will be our revenue. The cost of sales is by 10% again. This will be this, and you multiply by 1 plus, our rate is 10% still, and you will fully lock that. And the second year, it will be this value multiplied by 1 plus 10%, fully lock that, enter, and you drag that. That way, that will be our cost of sales. And to get our gross profit, we'll just put alt equals the sum of the two, and you drag this that way, and I'll put my top border there, and I'll bold that. That will be our gross profit for that particular 5 years, the gross profit for that 5 years. Then admin is 5%, so this will be equals to this, you multiply by 1 plus 5%, fully lock that, F4, and you enter. The second year will be this value multiplied by 1 plus 5% growth rate, so fully lock that, and you'll drag this, drag that. Then distribution is 10%, this one multiply by 1 plus the 10%, fully lock that, F4, and for the second year 2023, multiply by 1 plus the 10%, and you fully lock that, you close the bracket, and you drag this that way. So that will be our distribution cost. The next one is finance. Remember, for the finance cost, they have told us something, that the finance cost is 5% of the previous period bank loan. Previous period bank loan. And remember, the previous period bank loan here is 2000. 2000. So here, for the finance cost of the first period, we can be able to calculate, but the others it will be a task. So I'll put minus the previous period bank loan is 2000 multiplied by 5%, multiplied by 5%, 0 point, or I can just put here, it's not growing, but the rate is 5%. Is it here equals to 5% as percentage, that way, so that here we shall have finance cost of this multiplied by this 5%, which will be 100, and I put as a negative sign, finance cost of 100. So profit before tax, alt equals, from the gross profit, just adjust that. So I will put top border, I bold that. Our income tax expense is at the rate of 5%, so we'll take the profit before tax, then multiply by 25%, 0.25, which is 25%. So the tax will be on average 25. And just put this rate here, 25%, 25% of the profit before tax. This one, profit before tax, 25%, and I put a minus here, that way. So profit for the year, alt equals these two, and I enter again, I put top border, I bold that. Dividend, we are told that the company will maintain the same dividend payout, so you can find that the ratio, the dividend paid here, this will be this, it's normally on the profit for the year over this, to get the percentage, so they were paying a percentage of 26%, approximately approximately 26. If we can include 2 decimal, find is 26.32. Yeah, on average 26.32, but if you are using truncating it to decreasing to 2 decimal, yeah, approximately 26% is our dividend payout ratio. So here I will take this value and I multiply by this one. Yeah, it will be having 102 as our dividend. So profit for the year, alt equals these two, and I enter. Again, you use the top border. So return profit brought forward from the previous, return profit carried forward will be the brought forward here, this one, and to get the carried forward, again we add alt equals the two of them, these two, that way. And I'll use the top and thick bottom border, that way. I'll bold this. So that will be our return profit carried forward, the profit for the year plus whatever we had brought forward from the previous period to get what we are carrying forward. That for the first year. So the others, the finance cost will be a problem. First we shall work out the financial position. Yeah, we shall work out the financial position. So remember, this is forecasted. So this is a forecasted statement of financial position, and this one is statement of profit or loss, Remember, all of them are under what we are calling what, the forecasted financial statement. Yeah, forecasted financial statement, that way. So statement of financial position. So for the statement of financial position, we start with the PPE. It is growing at 5%. So here, non-current asset. So our PPE will take 4,000 multiplied by 1 plus 5%, fully lock that, and the second will be this one multiplied by 1 plus 5%, fully lock that. You just drag this that way. So those will be our assets. We come to inventory, growing at 10%. So 1 plus 10%, fully lock that, and the second year will be the first year. We multiply by 1 plus 10%, fully lock that, enter. It will auto drag that, and you can do downwards, there's no problem. And the second one is for this one, which the rate is the same. It will grow by 10%. This one, yeah, the rate is 10%, still it will grow by the same rate. And even this one across, no, okay, this one. So for the second year, then it will be this value multiplied by 1 plus the rate 10%, fully lock that way, and you will drag this, autofill this that way. Normally counter check in 36, it has captured this. Even this one, it has captured P36. Yeah, then the cash, we head on 20. So 1 plus the rate is 5%, fully lock that, Then the second year, this value 1 plus, still 5%, fully lock, and enter, and then that way. So our current asset, alt equals, enter, yeah, that way. Can put top border, top and bottom border. Then you have the total asset, and here alt equals, so it will be a sum of this plus this value, that way. So 5132, 5132, 5162, that way. And I'll drag this across and use the bottom border, yeah, okay. So here I will remove the bottom. Let me just adjust that. Just put the top. For this one is one that will use the thick top and thick border, that way. So those will be our total assets for the financial position. When it comes to equity, equity will remain constant, and the share premium here, the value will be the same, and even this one, the value will be the same, 500. But we are told up to what? Apart from the beginning of year 2025, when the company will raise more equity comprising share capital, apart from the beginning of the year 2025. So this will be a constant for 2 years. 2 years, it will be a constant for 2 years. But from the beginning of this year, the value will be 1,000, and we will add 500 that we shall raise. Remember, we're dealing with shillings in thousand, so we shall raise additional 500. Share premium shall raise additional 100. So it will be this value that we add 100, the additional share premium of 100 to get the 600. Yeah, and this one now will remain fixed. It will be the same value. It will be the same value. That way. Okay, so 15 and 600. Yeah, for the other years from 2026, 25, 26 and 27, the value will be that. For the retained earnings, already we have it for the first year. Retained profit, the carried forward, already we have it. The carried forward here, we have 1086 as our carried forward. So to get our total equity, alt equals, so this will be our total equity there, and non-current, the balancing figure is a bank loan. So our payable here, our payable will be growing at 10%, 1 plus 10%. Fully lock that first, enter. The second year will be the first year. You multiply 1 plus 10%, fully lock that and enter. You drag that way. So then total liability, we shall get it, but total equity and liability here already we know the value should be the same as this 5162, and to get what Our balancing figure at all is a bank loan. Yeah, the balancing figure in the financial statement is a bank loan. Here need to find the bank loan. So the bank loan will be this value, you minus this and you minus the total of equity. So bank loan will be 1938 in that case. And our total liability here, alt equals these two. Yeah, that way. And again here you can put the top border. Here you'll use I'll later use that, the thick, so that when you add 25 we can 2572, we can just do it here to confirm this, and you add 2586, it will give you 5162. That one is okay. Then we needed this bank loan to calculate the finance cost, which is at 5% of the previous bank loan. So for the second 1938 shall be doing 1 so here it will be equals to, so for the second year we are calculating, already have gotten the bank loan for the first year 2023, so we shall use that to calculate the interest, the finance cost for the second year, which will be, we shall take this loan and we multiply by 5%, and it's supposed to be a negative there, so that our finance cost will be that. Then just need to drag this here to get our second year to be 595. Our income tax will be this value multiplied by 25%. Our tax rate, and it's a minus. That way we drag this again. I can just autofill, the others will automatically fix. And our dividend here, this one we multiply by 26%, and again I will autofill these so that the others will automatically be filled when I calculate. So the retained profit for the year will be alt equals, or not even alt equals, I will again automatically autofill this so that it will fill. So the retained profit now brought forward is what we had here. The current forward will be the opening, this will be alt equals the sum of the two, that way. And again I will autofill this because it will follow that particular pattern. So for the second year now, we have already our retained profit carried forward 1415. Yeah, we'll pick this value, and again I'll autofill this, yeah, that way. Then and the balancing figure here, so the value here will be this value, and again, yeah, so already it has picked these values that we had here. So to get this, I believe again when I autofill these, yeah, already it will so it's not the correct value. Let me just confirm this. The others we shall change because we don't have values here, we shall change, but for this one it's supposed to be, let me just confirm this, we minus this and we minus this, we'll get 1845 is okay. 1845 is okay. So that 1845 we shall come back here to our finance cost, which will be, we'll pick 1845 and I multiply by the rate of 5%, and it is a negative, and I will enter that way and allow it to fill this, the profit before tax, that way. And our income tax, again I will autofill this so that it will automatically calculate. So it has not calculated here. It will be this multiplied by 25%. Remember the negative for the tax. Then the dividend paid, it will be this multiplied by 26%, that way. And here we shall put this as our opening balance. As our opening balance to get 1793. So 1793, we shall fix it here as our retained profit. We'll find that it will automatically calculate our bank loan to be 1116, and you can still prove that by taking this minus this, and you minus this value, you get 1116 there. So you shall come back here, you shall take 1116, and I put a negative sign here. I multiply by the rate 5%, the rate of 5%, to get 56 as our finance cost. Already have gotten this. So our dividend income tax, will take this, we multiply by the rate. So here you can include, okay, I include a negative sign here, that way. So here we'll put equals negative. No, it will affect just a minute. It will not affect what I have already done here. So for the dividend, it will be this value, and I multiply by what our rate dividend payout, get that as our retained profit. And here I'll fix what retained profit brought forward from the previous year to get this as our carried forward 2241 here. Just come and fix it here, 2241, and it will automatically calculate my bank loan to be 930. So with 930, we'll come here and calculate here, starting with a negative. So I'll take 930 and multiply by 5%, that way, to be 47 is my finance cost. My income tax, pick this, I multiply by 25%, put a negative sign there, and have that dividend is multiplied by our rate of 26%, obtained profit brought forward. There is one. You have a carried forward of 2751 here, 2751, and get your bank loan by the end of the year as 697. So this one total liability, you just drag that and it will fix that particular value, and that's all for the first part. Remember, the first part is where we have to calculate the forecasted financial statement for each of the years from 2023 to 2027. So already we have calculated the forecasted the forecasted financial statement of profit or loss for 2023 to 2027. and we have again forecasted the statement of financial position for the 5 years, and we have been able to finish that for 18 marks. Yeah, that one was giving a student who was able to calculate up to that 18 marks. So for the second portion is whereby now we need to calculate what? Construct appropriate graphs or charts that will appear in the company dashboard summarizing the following: the revenue, the profit after tax, the total assets, total equity, net profit margin, and debt ratio. So we need to have appropriate graphs or charts. So I'll create another sheet that will incorporate my dashboard. I'll rename this to be dashboard. My dashboard sheet. So from this sheet I need to have what? Revenue. Yeah, revenue. So already we have revenue for the 5 years. Just need a chart that will be able to accommodate that revenue. So if I was just a minute. So now in part B, where we need to construct appropriate graph or charts that will appear in the company dashboard summarizing the revenue. So I've already picked the years and the revenue that we have each year, and I just need to have this graph. I'll pick this, I'll use a bar graph and insert a bar graph that way, and I'll edit this bar graph. I'll edit my bar graph here to include the data. Yeah, the data label. I'll pick it here. I'll convert this into just numbers without the comma so that it will pick everything. You can see it has appeared. Yeah, that is our graph, a bar graph that shows the revenue, and I can insert here. Let me insert some sheets so that I will fix it here. Yes, some sheets, some rows, and I'll reduce the size of my bar graph. Okay. Reduce this. Sorry. Yeah. That way. Yeah, so that's my revenue chart. If I was to take it in the dashboard, I will show you later, but that's how that first part for 2 marks. I'll need to come up with a bar graph to show the revenue. The second one was profit after tax. Yeah, profit after tax. So I need to include the profit after tax. I'll come here and my profit income tax, profit for the year. I'll copy this, come paste it here. This is my profit after tax. Profit after tax, that way. And I highlight this, and I will insert. You can still use the bar. Yeah, my bar, that way. And with the bar, I will convert this into number so that it will pick that way. that way. I'll then adjust to include the data label that way. So that is our profit after tax for each particular year. And I will include, we'll fix it here. So I'll insert other rows so that I need just to fix it here. Insert, like, yeah, those are enough, so that I'll just reduce the size of our profit after tax, fix it here. Yeah, and just insert one more row and reduce the size a little bit that way. And that is a chart that shows the profit after tax. And then the next one is the total assets. Total asset, yeah, we'll insert a row here. Yeah, insert another like 5 of them to create a good space for the work. Okay, here, so total assets, I'll come and pick my total assets here, copy that and fix it here. Total assets, copy total assets, copy and paste it here, and I convert these, already is in number, just need it to be in number, yeah, to 0 decimal. So highlight that and just save that first. So insert a chart that way. That is my chart. Insert the data labels. We can change the color to grayish, yeah, that way. I'll reduce the size of the chart so that it fits the space. Just need to add 2 more rows. Yeah, that is a chart for total assets. So you can change these designs if you wish. Yeah, still you can use that, or you can change to use these. So whichever you wish, you can use. So we go to the next, and now we calculate total equity here. I'll add some rows first. So we shall pick our total equity, yeah, total equity here. I'll copy that and I paste it here, my total equity. I pick this value, copy and paste it here. That is my total equity. Convert this into number and 0 decimal place. Highlight this and I insert, still use my graph here, total equity. I'll edit this, include the data label, reduce the size to a manageable size, and I'll come and insert some 3 more cell rows, and I'll come and fix it here now. is my total equity. Can start insert still two more. That way. Yeah, that is my total equity. Remember, the question was you just needed to create the appropriate graphs or charts that will appear in the company dashboard. They have not asked you to prepare the dashboard, but you can assist the examiner to prepare the dashboard, of which it will be a lot of work. This one you just need the charts, only the charts. That's the chart for revenue, profit after tax, total assets, and total equity. We have still remaining with two more. We have the net profit margin. So we'll insert some rows here. For the margin, so net profit margin, and profit margin. You know, margin is on sales. So the first one will be, so you look at the net profit. Our net profit is normally the profit after tax. When you are calculating profit after tax, the margin before payment of dividend, so I shall take this and we divide by sales, that way, and I convert this into a percent and can drag that across. It cannot be 12 second year, is it really 12%? Let me see for the second year whether it is 12. Second year profit for the year is this, and I divide by the revenue of 36 and I change this into percent. It's actually 12, so it's okay. So 12, 13, and the others are 14, the net profit margin. So this margin, I'll pick this and first save that. I'll insert. So for the percentages, I can use to show the percentage. You can use a chart. Yeah, you can use a pie chart to show the percentages that we had. I can use a 3D and I use the data labels. Yeah, that way. And I reduce the size a little bit and fix it here, that way. So put it there, insert two more rows. Yeah, that way. You can fix it there. Okay, you can decide to change that way. That is our net profit margin. So the next is debt ratio. Remember, for the debt ratio is normally the total, this is normally the total liabilities over total assets, total liabilities over total assets, total liabilities over total assets, total liability over total assets. So I'll not use the word equals because I don't need it to be a formula. Total liability over total assets. so that is the debt ratio. So our debt ratio here, therefore, debt ratio for 2023, total liability that we have, already had total liability here, and you divide by total assets here, that way, and need it to be a number, 0.5 to 1, and I will drag that. So those are the debt ratio that we had, the proportion of total liability to total assets, and I will show that again. So this one we shall use again pie chart. Insert pie chart. I'll use a chart in my data label. So those are the ratios, and so I'm selecting the right one here. So let me pick whichever one you feel like it's a good representation. Let me just pick this still, so that if I was to represent them using a dashboard, it will appear something great. So that is it for 2 marks each, the graphs. So these graphs, you were to compile them in the dashboard, they are the graphs that we should have taken them to the dashboard. Graph for revenue, profit after tax, graph for total assets, graph for total equity, net profit margin. You have to find first the margin, and you have to find the debt ratio and represent it using a graph. And that's how the question was long, but it was a question that was doable. Remember, first part was forecasted financial statement. Already we prepared our forecast for 5 years for statement of profit or loss and for the statement of financial position. And when you are done with that, then we calculated the second part for appropriate graphs or charts that will appear in the company dashboard. So these are the charts we have to prepare a responsive dashboard. These are the charts that we should have taken them to the dashboard, and that is how that question number 21 was. So the dashboard in this case, let me just delete this. We did not require a dashboard in this case. So this will be question 21. Question 21. That way, and I save. Okay. So the name, it says the name already exists. Let me just question 21 that way, and I save my work. So remember, ensure to be saving Control S to be saving your work, so that in case of power outage, you will still be able to recover your work up to the point that already you had done it. So that's all for this question number 21. Ensure you continue subscribing. Tell a friend to subscribe to Elohim BTC. This is where all the questions will be done, all the questions will be answered. In case of any clarification, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. Thank you.